Hello, Aries. I am Elena Valdez, and I am here to do your April 2024 reading. Happy birthday season to all of you. I am so excited to be here. It's been a while since I've read some tarot for all of you. So we're going to get started with this here. I am recording this the day before your big solar eclipse in your sign. Now, this reading is going to be good for you if you have your Venus, Moon, and or Sun in the sign of Aries. All right, let's get started. So I've already shuffled your cards. I'm going to use 2 decks for you here today. We're going to work with a 3-position spread for you. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to ask Spirit what your current blocks and fears are, the solution and the advice for those blocks and fears, and possible outcomes should you follow the advice. All right, I hope you've all been well. Let's do this. All right, Aries. All right, Spirit. What are the current blocks and fears? All right. One more card. Actually, let's do 2 more cards. For current blocks and fears for Aries. All right, there we go. Wow. Okay, so the first card that came out in your blocks and fears is the Ace of Wands. So that's about starting any new ventures, new creative endeavors. You may be afraid of your own creativity, Aries. There might be some blocks happening where you're getting in your own way. You are receiving inspiration. You are receiving inspired ideas, and this can be in any area of your life. This can be creative ideas in your business, your work. It can be creative ideas in your relationship. It can be creative ideas within your family structure on how to handle certain situations with your children. However, this beautiful card here of new beginnings and new creativities and passion and new inspiration and all those things fell in your current blocks and fears. This tells me that there is something new that you are afraid of, a little trepidatious about. And you got the 6 of Wands in reverse, which completely backs this up. Because upright, the 6 of Wands is about shining and being celebrated and being open to receiving accolades and not being afraid to shine. But it's in the reverse. So there's something here, Aries, that you are fearful of currently. Why? You're Aries. You are the I am. You are the trendsetter. You're the first one out of the zodiac. You're the first. It's scary, yes, but you are the most courageous. Another card here, the Lovers. This is again about unifying with another, unifying with a project. This is about coming together in a passionate way, in the most freeing, heart-centered space. And again, very similar energies here. All fell in your blocks, your fears, your current blocks that you have, okay? We'll come back to it in a bit, but now let's see what the solution and advice is here for you, dear Aries. Okay, Spirit, 3 cards, please. 1. 2 more cards, please. What is the solution for Aries? The advice. I'll tell you why I laugh in a little bit. What is the advice, solution for Spirit for Aries in the month of April? Ooh-wee. 1 more card, please, dear Spirit, for Aries, for solution, advice in the month of April to this fear that they have, this fear of shining, this fear of showing up. 1 more card, please. Make it clear, make it clear. 1 more card. Ooh, it's in there. I can feel it, like it wants to come up, but it's like stuck somewhere. Are you being stubborn with taking advice, Aries? You may want to look at that. 1, there it is. Okay. So we know that your block and your fears currently are around creating, shining, showcasing that which you have either written, because I'm getting strongly that some of you are writers, some of you are performers, some of you are on social media, some of you here are parents dealing with a child who has a lot of inspiration and you don't know what to do with that. Okay, that's something that just came in. Even those of you who have 9-to-5 positions, it's the same thing. There's this fear and block of speaking out about something that potentially you came across that can simplify the process of whatever it is that you do. There's also a fear here in igniting and starting a new relationship for some of you with the Lovers card here. The passion could potentially be so yummy and good that it's scary. Very scary. So let's see what the solution and the advice is. Yeah, you got the Page of Swords, you got the Three of Pentacles, and you got the Wheel. So a couple of things here. The Page of Swords is to simplify the things, okay? Page of Swords is about, number one, if there's fear that you have, if these blocks are connected to maybe you having imposter syndrome of some sort, then the Page of Swords invites you to go back to the ABCs or the foundational steps of your study and whatever this realm of fear that you have is, just to kind of confirm and clarify with yourself and validate, oh yeah, I do know this stuff. Yeah, actually, I can absolutely teach this, talk about this, lead on this. So there's something here about going back to the ABCs of something in a very tangible way, like literally reading, writing, speaking, like doing practice runs, that kind of thing, right? Starting from the beginning, the basics, getting grounded in the intellectual side of it. Because this is all creative. This is all creative. This is ideas. This is passion. And sometimes all of that, as inspired as we are to do something, it can make us feel sort of like we're not grounded, right? So with the Page of Swords, so this is all passion, energy, body, feeling, emotion, all of that. Page of Swords is cerebral, right? It's intellectual. And through that, it helps us ground a little bit more. That's number one. That's the first advice solution that the Spirit is giving you. The other, which I very much love, the Three of Pentacles in this deck, because it's about asking for the support and the help that's needed to contextualize that idea that you may have, or better said, execute it, right? Like have the support, the help that you may need. Like you may have this brilliant idea, and what is holding you back is not necessarily that you don't believe in your craft, but maybe it's the technical part of it, right? Like first comes the idea, then we have to get technical and figure out, well, how are we going to execute this online? How are we going to put this on a PowerPoint to give the presentation to my company? How am I going to take this love and emotion that I'm feeling for this person and actually negotiate day-to-day life with them, right? So here, it's the Three of Pentacles here. It's about finding the people that shine, that have the strengths. Hold on, I'm hearing something. So the couple of things here that I'm hearing. Number one, let me back up a little bit because I heard this and I got ahead of it. Three of Pentacles, for those of you in relationship and you're afraid of moving forward, or you're kind of holding back because you don't think you have the skill set for it. This is about literally seeking the advice and knowledge of therapists. And that doesn't mean you go to therapy. You can simply read a book, listen to a podcast, listen to something that can be helpful to you, to help you maybe validate some of the fears that you may have, but also give you some tools that can be helpful for you moving forward. The other thing is, for those of you with projects that you're stalling a bit, am hearing very clearly that you are stalling. You have something delicious on your hands that the world should see, and you have stalled on it. And part of that is because there's a technical piece to this that you do not know how to do. You do not have the skill set. It's okay to ask others to help. It's okay to help others fill in where you are weaker. We all have weaknesses. We all have strengths and weaknesses, right? So you hire the experts who have the strength. You hire or you ask for help, right? If you can't afford to hire, then you ask your friends, or maybe ask your friends if they know someone. Go to YouTube. YouTube has a lot of freebies, a lot of free information that can help you with technical ideas, with how to put things together. That's huge. So you're going to need the support of others. It seems here you've been working on your own with these inspirations and these ideas. And when the thought of coming together with another scares you to begin with, right? If it's from a romantic perspective. So here it's very clear. The solution is very simple, but you know, sometimes we know what the solution is, or most of the time we already know what the solution is to our issue. But it's a matter of maybe hearing it from someone else to validate it, to confirm it, so before we move forward, okay? And then you got the wheel with this beautiful pairing. So this is about coming together with others to find solution, to help to get the support that you need in whatever area you are weak, you feeling weak in, but also being willing to be the apprentice again, being willing to not have all the answers, because that's what this is, right? And turning that perception of yourself that you don't know what you're doing, right? Because right now you're trying to do it all by yourself. And if you are working with someone else, whether it's in a romantic way, or let's say you have a team at work, it doesn't feel like you're being completely honest about the support that you need. Yeah, so it's okay to turn that wheel around, to turn that narrative is the word I was looking for. Because here it feels like you're stuck in the narrative of, oh, what are they going to think? Or does it mean that my craft is less than because I don't know how to do this other thing? Listen, you can be an amazing leader and not know how to work a PowerPoint. That's a thing. That's real, okay? You could be amazing at engineering but not know how to present it. Okay, that doesn't take away from your knowledge or skill set, your talent. Just because you don't know how to do one thing does not mean, you know what, I was just reminded of a quote that I actually wrote and I released on my Instagram. And the quote is, you can fully master your craft while still being imperfect at it. Please visit my Instagram. I post little quotes. That's what this just reminded me of. All right, so with that in mind, let's look at the outcome. Let's look at the outcome should you follow this advice. Of course. Outcome, dear spirit, should Aries follow this advice? Outcome. All right. Yeah, 5 5s. Outcome, dear spirit. Ooh. Outcome for Aries. Should they follow this advice? Make it clear. One card. One more card, please, Spirit. One more card. Make it clear. Outcome for Aries. By the way, that sound that you hear, that's my fan, Willie. And when it gets very windy around here, he's very talkative. Okay. So for the outcome, you got the Five of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Chariot. Yeah. So a couple of things I get immediately. Once you decide what this project, idea, love interest, whatever it is, once you decide to focus on it full force by integrating the support of others, by going back into some kind of study to reintegrate the knowledge or to revisit some points to assure yourself that you do indeed know what you're doing. Once you change the narrative, once you do these things, you are going to, because once you decide, once you narrow down your options and once you focus on something, there will be a sense of Five of Cups, meaning, oh, did I pick the right thing to focus on? Is this correct? Maybe you might even have a thought, if this is regarding a partner, like, wow, is this the right direction to go? Is this the right thing to do? Is this the right presentation to work on? Is this the right business to work on? Is this the right way to deal with my child's new hobby, inspiration? This, by the way, these first three cards can be a new hobby that you're trying, you're very passionate at. For example, let's say skating, but you keep falling and you think you're not good at it. Well, ask someone to help you. I just got, like, some of you are trying to skate or learn how to skate or something like that. So the Five of Cups is that feeling of, what about all these other things? What about these other things? Am I not, did I pick the right thing to focus on? And that's, I say, usually the case. And any time we prioritize something and whatever theme of our lives that is, anytime there is a sense, right? Even like, for example, let's say you're dating, right? Let's say you're dating for the first time and you're a parent. So you could have a Five of Cups moment when you're spending this new time with your new person that you're dating while missing your child, right? You could be out on a date and missing your child and wondering, ooh, did I do the right thing to take away 2 hours from my kiddo to be with this new person? Or vice versa. Oh my gosh, I'm spending so much time with my kiddos. I hope that person I just met doesn't feel ignored, right? Or I'm spending all of my Sundays now working on this big PowerPoint for a TED Talk. Or I am reorganizing the structure of my company. That means I'm going to have to maybe get rid of this leg of the business over here. Did I do the right thing? Right? So in anything that we do, that we focus on, any inspiration we take on, it means that we need to pull away from something else. So there is a feeling here that will be necessary. This feeling is necessary. It's not permanent, right? It's just a feeling. It's like, ooh, I hope I made the right choice kind of thing. And then you have the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands in this context, the way I see this, is very positive, because this can be looked at a couple of different ways. It can be looked at as competition, because you're focusing on these things now, and now you're like competing with experts in your field. But more than that, this is about supporting each other. Once you have your team helping you, once you've been honest with people and said, hey, I need help with this. Hey, I'm not sure I'm good in relationship. Do you mind if we read this book on love languages? Or, hey, I'm not sure that I'm good at building this model car. Can you teach me how to do it? Whatever it is, right? It's going to run the gamut here for you all. There is a sense here that there will be much effort put into this with the support of others, right? Pushing each other through and beyond. That's what this is. And then you have the Chariot, and the Chariot is about moving all of our energies forward into something more positive. Our feminine and our masculine side, our yin or yang sides, right? But it's also about moving forward with the support of others, right? Like, he's on this Chariot here, but he's not able to move it on his own. He needs the support. And not only does he need the support of his horses here, they bring different elements, right? And you see this by the distinction of color. They're different. So the people that you join forces with are all going to have different strengths, diversity. That's what this is. It's about diversity and not being afraid to diversify expertise, right? In other words, you can go to one therapist, maybe it doesn't work, and you check out a different therapist, or you can watch one YouTube video on how to write a manuscript. Well, guess what? You can mix it up with a few other experts talking about the same topic, right? It's about diversification. I'm a big believer in that. Anything I learn, I'm constantly learning something new. I am also an Aries. And, you know, I don't believe that one point of view is ever the point of view, right? So what this is talking about here is like not being afraid to expand through the knowledge and support of others. And you are very clearly a creator, Aries. You're very clearly this month coming up with some ideas that are pretty freaking amazing and passionate, or starting something new with someone that is scaring the F out of you. And that's okay. Nothing wrong with that, right? All right, Aries, I think I'm going to leave it there. I was going to pull from a second deck, but I think that's pretty clear. It's enough. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please, do the whole subscribe thing, the like thing, leave a comment. Greatly appreciate it. Have a great birthday season. And yeah, I'll catch you on the other side of this eclipse. It's going to be okay. We're all going to be fine.